Molweni, Sanibonani, Dumela, Avosheni. Hello everybody, welcome back to African Xhosa ASMR. It's been such a long time since I last did my intro, so today I thought it's only appropriate for me to do it because I want to drop some knowledge. Today's video is a soft-spoken video where I take you and you to different African countries. But I thought to myself, how do I do that? How do I do that at the comfort of my own home? But worry not. I found a way to do it. So, in today's video, I will be sharing with you the slogans of different African countries. But what I need from you is to just sit, relax, and listen as you doze off to sleep. Without further ado, let's get started. Singaphosanga maseko okanye singachithanga xesha lide, masikawule siwarhuqa. Masingene emxholweni betnana. It only makes sense for me to start with my own country, South Africa. Mzansi Africa, so that I can just get it out of the way as I move on to the other countries. It only makes sense, right? Well, in South Africa, we are the Rainbow Nation. Rainbow Nation. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. But why is that? Why is South Africa called the Rainbow Nation? Well, it is because our country is so diverse. We have different cultures, different customs, different traditions, different races, and different languages, different everything. And we always embrace each other's differences to symbolize our diversity. Hence we are referred to as the Rainbow Nation. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. Now, let us move on to our second country. Our second country is Rwanda. Rwanda is called Land of 1,000 Hills. Land of 1,000 hills. And I only think only makes sense for me as I move to different countries to just explain the reason behind that. So Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills. Okay. Why is Rwanda called the land of 1,000 hills? I mean, it would only make sense why it is, but let us explore that. It is highly elevated, hence it is referred to as the land of 1,000 hills. With its geography dominated by mountains in the west and savanna on the southeast, with numerous lakes throughout the country. That is exactly why Rwanda is called the land of 1,000 hills. The land of 1,000 hills, Rwanda. Now, let us move on to our third country. Our third country is Lesotho. Lesotho is called the kingdom in the sky. The kingdom in the sky. So, why is Lesotho called the kingdom in the sky? Let's try to look it up. Lesotho, the kingdom of the sky. Famous for its spectacular scenery and soaring mountains, Lesotho is the only independent country with its entire territory over 1,000 meters above sea level, hence befitting to be called the kingdom in the sky. Oh wow. So that is exactly the reason why Lesotho is called the kingdom in the sky. After Lesotho, we have Egypt. Egypt is called the gift of the Nile. The gift of the Nile. The reason for this is because the Nile River has made civilization in Egypt possible. It provided the people with means for transport. It helped with irrigation for farming, and then some food, such as fish, provided food such as fish, and it even created fertile soil for growing crops. Hence, Egypt is the gift of the Nile. The gift of the Nile. That was our number 5. Number 5. The gift of the Nile. After the gift of the Nile, we have Ghana. Ghana is the getaway to Africa. The getaway to Africa. Sometimes it's called Stars of Africa. Stars of Africa. Why is it called the getaway to Africa and or Stars of Africa? You may wonder. Don't worry, I got you. This is because, let's start with the getaway to Africa. It's called the getaway to Africa because as headquarters of the African Central Free Trade Area, Ghana is a getaway to Africa's booming market, further fueled by strategic location and economic reforms. Embrace Ghana's warmth and explore boundless opportunities in its optimistic, business-friendly haven. It's a business-friendly haven, and that's Ghana, called the gateway to Africa. And it's sometimes called the Star of Africa. The Star of Africa. Even in the Ghanaian flag has a star on it. a star. It has a star in it. So why is that? Well, the black star of the Ghanaian national flag is a symbol for the emancipation of Africa and unity against colonialism. So that was Ghana. Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. After Ghana, we have our seventh country, which is Nigeria. Nigeria. Can you guess what Nigeria's slogan is? Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Why is Nigeria called the giant of Africa? Well, this is because it says Nigeria is often called the giant of Africa. This name comes from vastness of its land and the diversity of its people and languages, and its huge population, the largest population in the African continent, as well as its oil and natural resources. Nigeria, the giant of Africa. And then after Nigeria, we have Namibia. Namibia is called the land of the brave. The land of the brave. So, Namibia, the land of the brave. Why is Namibia called the land of the brave? Let's just find out, shall we, darling? Land of the brave. I absolutely love that. Love that about Namibia. And it is called the land of the brave because Namibia, land of the brave, represents the history of Namibia and its people. It describes their will to survive and hardships, and most importantly, their love for their country and their nation. It reminds them to never forget the past, but to strive for national unity. Namibia, love that. The land of the brave. Absolutely love bravery. I mean, who doesn't love bravery? Okay, after the land of the bravery, Namibia, we have Uganda. Uganda is called the Pearl of Africa. The Pearl of Africa. The Pearl of Africa. Why is it called the Pearl of Africa? Well, it is called the Pearl of Africa because Uganda is a country of beautiful scenery and offers diverse activities like gorilla trekking, safaris, multi-day mountain treks, and whitewater rafting. Wisdom called it the Pearl of Africa for its beauty, abundant wildlife, and diversity. Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Love that. Love it. Love it. And then after the Pearl of Africa, we have Malawi. Malawi is called the warm heart of Africa. The warm heart of Africa. Absolutely love that as well. Oh, the warm heart of Africa. I could personally use some warmth right now because it's freezing outside. Since we're currently in winter, Don't let this outfit fool you, you know? After this, I'm putting on a onesie and cranking up the aircon to 30 degrees Celsius, of course. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now, Malawi. It just warmed me to say that. Malawi, the warmth of Africa. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The warmth of Africa is a proper description of Malawi because of the warmth and zest of those who call this elongated country in the south than East Africa home. Okay, I think we should read that again. The warmth, what is going on? The warm heart of Africa. It's because I'm craving warmth right now. The warm heart of Africa is a proper description of Malawi because of the warmth and zest of those who call this elongated country in Southeast Africa home. Love that. Love that. Absolutely love that. So it is called the warmth of Africa for the kindness of its people. It also has even been selected as one of the kindest countries to strangers in the world. Wow, Malawi, that's absolutely beautiful. So kind, so sweet, so warm, the most beautiful and kindest souls, Malawi. Being rated one of the kindest countries to strangers in the world. That is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Love that. Keep it up, Malawi. Love that. The warmth. Just hearing that just warmed me up right now. It's like freezing since it is winter. But the warmth of Africa warmed me right now. Thanks, Malawi. After Malawi, we have Zambia. Zambia. Zambia is called the real Africa. The real Africa. Zambia. How dare you? How dare you, Zambia? Are we a joke to you? Are other African countries a joke to you, Zambia? Like, I'm deeply offended. I'm deeply offended by this. Like, I need a moment. Just cut the show, okay? Just cut the cameras. Are you still filming? I said I need a moment. Okay? Okay. Obviously, I'm joking. Zambia, the brain of Africa. Zambia, the brain of Africa. This is such a beautiful slogan as well. It kind of reminds me of the thing that was going on in Africa when we were watching like Western movies. You'd hear, a villain taking over the world, and everyone is like, the entire world is in danger. The entire world is in danger. And then once they defeat the villain and everything gets back to normal, they usually say, okay, America is now safe. And then Africans are like, do Americans think that they are the only ones in the world? Why were we told that the entire world is in trouble? And then when help comes, it says, okay, America's safe. Now everything can get back to normal. But it was like said in a joking manner. So this like reminds me of that. Zambia, the real Africa. So that's, it's a beautiful slogan, of course. Absolutely love it. Now let's find out why Zambia is called the real Africa. Zambia is called the real Africa because it gives you a raw and untamed nature, from the walking safaris to the plentiful water bodies, the vegetation, to its colorful and joyous people, the sound of the wilderness, to the authentic lodges, camps, and hotel. not forgetting the never-ending concentration of animals, big and small. It gives you a true African experience. Hence, it is called the real Africa. Zambia, the real Africa. After the beautiful Zambia, we then have Kenya. Kenya is called the pride of Africa. The pride of Africa. Kenya, the pride of Africa. But why is that the case? Kenya is the gateway to East Africa. 8% of East African regional trade passes through to Kenya's Mombasa port. But why is it called the pride of Africa though? It's not saying why. Why? Okay. Now, let's see another source, because it's not written here why. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna go ask this on a different platform. I think we should ask ChatGPT because Google is not showing me. Let's see. According to ChatGPT, Kenya is called the pride of Africa due to its rich wildlife, including famous national park like Masai Mara, diverse cultures with over 40 ethnic groups, stunning landscapes such as Great Rift Valley and Mount Kenya, historical significance in human evolution, and a strong tourism industry promoting conservation and natural beauty. That is exactly why Kenya is called the pride of Africa. It's absolutely beautiful. Big ups to Kenya. Now, let's move to the next country. We then have Tanzania. Tanzania is called the brain of Africa. The brain of Africa. And I think that speaks for itself, but let's try to see why is that the case. And this article is titled Tanzania, Why Africa's Best Brains Won't Return. Okay, I think we should go back to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, why is Tanzania called the brain of Africa? Because I'm looking for just an answer. Please don't write an entire dissertation. Okay. Tanzania is often referred to as the brain of Africa because of its significant contributions to the study of the early human evolution. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. It has yielded numerous fossils, artifacts. Oh wow. Awesome. Good for you, Tanzania. That's amazing. Tanzania. The brain of Africa. That's beautiful. Love it. After the brain of Africa, we have Gambia. Gambia is called the smiling coast of Africa. The smiling coast of Africa. Love that. Absolutely beautiful. I think it has like people are always smiling at all times, but let's just find out why is it the case. Gambia is known as the smiling coast of Africa, which is due to its friendly and smiling people. Oh wow, that is amazing. Gambia, beautiful. Love that for you. And then after Gambia, we have Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the land of origin. The land of origin. I mean, this one also speaks for itself. The land of origin. Absolutely love that, but let's just read it for you just in case. Ethiopia is known as the land of origins, where many important archaeological and paleontological milestones have been uncovered. The earliest human ancestors were discovered in northeastern Ethiopia, with Lucy the most famous of them all. I remember learning about Lucy in high school. We learned about Lucy in high school. Wow, Lucy, you're from Ethiopia. Oh, wow. Probably forgot that. But I remember learning about Lucy. It's amazing. And besides Lucy, we learned about Mrs. something. There was like skeletal remains which were named Mrs. something, only to later discover that Mrs. something was actually a Mr., which is quite interesting now because it's supposed to be Mr. so-and-so, but then it always remained Mrs. so-and-so because it was called Mrs. so-and-so for the longest time. That is another one like of the remains that we learnt about in high school, but I forgot the name though. Should I look them up now? Maybe not. If I do have time, I might put the subtitles here to call so that you can do further reading on the on that if you're interested. But for now, let's move on to the next country. After Ethiopia, the land of origin, we have Morocco. Morocco is called the land of colors. The land of colors. Why is Morocco called the land of colors? You may wonder. Well, let us try to see. It is called the land of colors because of its gorgeous color spectrum that is dominated by hues of ochre, white, green, red, and blue. Colors teeming with meaning, stories, and culture. Love, love, love that. Morocco. And then after Morocco, the land of colors, we have Mauritius. Mauritius is called the continental island. I love that too. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but let's just go and see what Google will say about that. Why is it called that? Island, Mauritius. Okay, it's because it's called the continental island because Mauritius is an island country in the Indian Ocean located off the eastern coast of Africa. And that is why Mauritius is called the continental island. Mauritius, the continental island. Beautiful island, Mauritius. Love it. And then after Mauritius, I think we should do Chad. I should do Chad. Oh, this is sad. The dead heart of Africa. That's sad. Why is Chad called the dead heart of Africa. I don't like that. That's sad. Why is death used in its slogan? Chad. I hope no. Chad. But it's such a beautiful country though. Why is Chad called the dead heart of Africa? This is because of its distance from the sea and the country's largely desert climate. Chad is sometimes referred to as the dead heart of Africa. That's sad, Chad. But you shouldn't be calling it the dead heart of Africa though. Chad. But such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. I absolutely love Chad, but it's a distance to get to see, and the country is largely a desert. Hence it is called the dead heart of Africa. And then after Chad, we have Mali. After Chad, we have Mali. Mali is called the Eye of Africa. The Eye of Africa. I see you, Mali. You are the Eye of Africa. Why are you the Eye of Africa? I want to know why Mali is the Eye of Africa. Okay, why is Mali called the Eye of Africa? That's interesting. I'm not seeing any answers here on that. Why is Mali the eye of a West African storm? Okay, it says the eye of the West African storm. Let's try to see that. And oh Lord, this is so long. Should I read it or I should ask ChatGPT? Mali was once a seat of the commercial and intellectual empire that controlled most of West Africa. But since 2012, a crisis in Mali has been brewing that features rebel forces, the French AI Quetta, and the United Nations. Mali, the Eye of Africa. Let's just go to ChatGPT and ask the same thing. Let's go to ChatGPT and ask the same question and see what ChatGPT will tell us. No. Make it short, ChatGPT. Don't write me an entire dissertation. It's writing an entire dissertation. Make it short, please. Make it short, please. Thank you. Okay, now it's short. Mali is called the Eye of Africa due to its historical significance as the center of trade, culture, and learning, especially during the Mali Empire. Cities like Timbuktu were major hubs in Islamic scholarship and commerce, linking North and Sub-Saharan Africa. That is why Mali is called the Eye of Africa. Okay, and then we have Cameroon. Cameroon is called the hinge of Africa. The hinge of Africa. Why is Cameroon called the hinge of Africa? You may wonder. Let's find out. Cameroon, the hinge of Africa. Let's start with why is Cameroon called the hinge of Africa. Cameroon is called the hinge of Africa due to its strategic position at the crossroads between West Africa and Central Africa. It has been recognized as being in both camps. Okay, so Cameroon, the hinge of Africa. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. And then after that, we have Somali. Somali is called the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa. That is, why is that the case? Why is Somalia called the Horn of Africa? Well, let's see. The northeastern region of the African continent, including countries of Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia, are known as the Horn of Africa. Okay, since the group of countries form a horn-like landmark over the peninsula. And now, let us move on to our final country. Our final country that I want to cover today. For today, the final country I want to cover is Botswana. Botswana is called the peaceful nation. Botswana, the peaceful nation. That should probably be self-explanatory, but I think we should just look. Botswana, a peaceful, wealthy, and democratic country. I mean, don't you just love that? A peaceful, wealthy, and democratic country, Botswana. The people from Botswana are so calm and peaceful. The ones that I've met, actually, they were so kind and so peaceful and so down to earth. So it's a peaceful nation indeed. So why is Botswana described as a peaceful nation? Botswana, one of Africa's most stable countries, is the continent's longest continuous multi-party democracy. It is relatively free of corruption and has a good human rights record. Oh, wow. Botswana protects some of Africa's largest areas of wilderness. Okay, I love that. Absolutely love Botswana. I know I already covered it, but when I was explaining it, I was explaining it from the top of my head. Since I was explaining it from the top of my head, I now want to read something that explains why is South Africa called the Rainbow Nation. The Rainbow Nation was a term coined by Archbishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa. It describes this diverse nation with people of all colors from all backgrounds, rich and poor, all religions, and many different languages. So, South Africa is often referred to as the Rainbow Nation due to its diverse and multicultural society, and the term was coined by Archbishop Desmond Tutu in the early 1990s during South Africa's transition from apartheid to democracy. Well, now that is going to be pretty much it. We have ended things with Botswana. a peaceful nation. And that's absolutely lovely, absolutely beautiful. Loved the slogans. There's so many different countries in Africa, and unfortunately I couldn't cover them all in this video, but all I need from you is to comment one of Africa's countries that I didn't mention and tell me their slogan. And also, don't forget to mention, out of all the countries that I've mentioned, which one is your absolute favorite. You're like, oh my goodness, that slogan, it speaks to me. I absolutely love it. That slogan makes a lot of sense. It fits the country perfectly. Let me know. Love to hear your thoughts. Which one was your favorite? I mean, they're all beautiful. I couldn't even decide. Absolutely beautiful. Love them all. But I want to hear from you though. What are your thoughts? What do you have in mind? What are you thinking? Really want to know that. But for me, African Xhosa ASMR, there's something really making noise outside, and I should definitely call it a video. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night.